Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
A 73-year-old man faces terrorizing charges after officials say he fired shots at a train near Jamestown. Stutsman County officials say it happened Friday night when a BNSF crew called in a report of shots fired at a moving train near Bloom, just east of Jamestown. Deputies confronted 73-year-old Art Crane, who said he was firing shots into the air, not at the train. A photo sent from the crew to deputies showed a bullet hole in the side of the train. The crew was not injured. Crane is being held at the Stutsman County Jail awaiting formal charges. Emergency crews responded to a multiple vehicle crash on I-94 in Fargo earlier this afternoon. The call came into dispatch around 2:45, reporting multiple vehicles with severe damage in the westbound lanes on I-94 near exit 349. Traffic was severely impacted as a result of the crash for nearly an hour as the scene was cleared. The extent of injuries are unknown at this time. Stick with Valley News Live as we get more information. A 38-year-old West Fargo man is dead after a car he was riding in crashed into several parked cars. North Dakota Highway Patrol said the crash happened at 2:33 a.m. in West Fargo. Eyewitnesses tell us the crash actually happened around 11:30 p.m. Saturday night. Officials say the vehicle was traveling south on 10th Street Southwest around the 1400 block when the car hit a parked truck, pushing it into another parked vehicle. The parked vehicles weren't occupied at the time, and all three vehicles were severely damaged. Officials say the driver, a 34-year-old man, was transported to a Fargo hospital with injuries and is facing criminal charges. Today marks the 4th anniversary of two sons that were involved in a crash on Interstate 94 near Dalton, Minnesota. Valley News Team's Callie Hubbard went to the House of Hope in Fargo, where a dedication was held in their honor.
Love was just a way to live and die.
It was a day of remembrance, marking the anniversary of two sons, Zachary and Connor Qualvock. 4 years ago today, they were killed in a crash on Interstate 94 on their way to a basketball tournament. But Sunday, the community gathered in prayer.
Lord, we pray for the Qualvock family today.
This kind of sums up the outpouring of remembrance and affection by everybody around us is because of what our boys did. I often say I've got to know so many people because of our sons, because they were involved in everything and always helping everybody.
It was also a day of celebration to the life of their new son. 10-month-old Brooks Zachary Connor Qualvock was baptized too.
They will do their best to raise him to be as wonderful a young men as Zachary and Connor were.
4 years later, and the impact of the two sons is still very much alive.
We're so grateful that these people have loved us and held on to us through this fight to stay alive.
Imagine the brother that you wish you had, and then imagine two of them. That's them.
The family tells me that they're going to be remembering their sons as long as they're able to. They actually purchased this house behind me that acts as a safe place for those in the community. In Fargo, Callie Hubbard, Valley News Live.
To learn more about the Zachary and Connor House of Hope, visit our website, valleynewslive.com. A vehicle caught fire in South Fargo this evening just before 6 p.m. Firefighters responded to a vehicle fire at 383 Prairie Wood Circle South near the Prairie Wood Courts apartments. Firefighters were able to extinguish the flames and no injuries were reported. The cause of the fire is unknown at this time. Stick with Valley News Live as we get more information. The nonprofit Streets Alive came to downtown Fargo and Moorhead today. Roads were shut down in the downtown FM area to bring the streets alive. The organization says their mission is to ditch the cars, gather the kids, and get moving. The community was able to see the city in a new perspective with interactive physical activity.
Fargo has a beautiful summer and we should take advantage of outdoor activities as much as we can. There's a DJ playing music and
that's one of
some hula hoops for the kids to try. And there's a TNT has a fitness route set up.
Streets Alive will be hosting another event downtown on August 25th. For more information, visit our website, valleynewslive.com. Recently released numbers show more than 1,000 kids are homeless in the metro, or 1,000 people are homeless in the metro area. Out of that population, half are identified as students. Valley News Team's Josh Pagero spoke with a local group whose mission is to end homelessness, and they say affordable housing is the solution.
Susan Barron says she embarked on her journey to end homelessness in 2012.
I hit the streets and I went business to business, door to door, trying to raise awareness and help.
7 years later, her nonprofit Golden Drive Homeless Kids is preparing for its annual event. During a long conversation, Barron says homelessness in our area is in plain sight, and it depends on us whether we choose to see it or not.
It's not the fact that people want to be homeless. It's the fact that they're trying and just can't get there with minimum wage jobs.
A report done by the FM Coalition to End Homelessness shows nearly 1,100 people in the metro area are homeless. The report cites that homelessness isn't people living on the streets, it's an issue of a lack of affordable housing, with most of those respondents saying that they just can't afford to pay the local rents. Barron says some common misconceptions about the homeless is they don't work.
You have some homeless people right here in Fargo Moorhead that are working 2 jobs. And it is so hard for our housing.
The report shows a third are employed, working on average 24 hours a week.
Just because you're living with relatives, it doesn't mean you're not homeless.
Almost 600 students were also reported homeless. Barron says homelessness doesn't discriminate and anyone can fall into it.
You know, how many people? 7 out of 10 people are 1 paycheck away from becoming homeless. It's that tough.
Her nonprofit continues to strive towards ending homelessness with help from local businesses, something she's thankful for. In Fargo, Joshua Pagero, Valley News Live.
Golden Drive Homeless Kids will be hosting its annual event on September 7th at Bonanzaville in West Fargo. It's a free event, but it's suggested you drop off a canned food item. With the current 2-year budget cycle for North Dakota ending June 30th, the state is on track to be well ahead of the projections adopted in March. The Office of Management and Budget says the state is about $100 million ahead of estimates for oil tax revenue and general fund revenues. The voter-approved legacy fund is also on track to be $100 million more than what the legislature thought. Even though oil went far beyond expectations, the next forecast is going to be conservative.
It's a volatile commodity, subject to international events and positive and negative influences there. We have a very, very conservative forecast for the state budget.
It's predicted that oil production will increase a little above 1.4 million barrels a day. Major road work ahead for downtown Fargo as crews will begin work at 7 a.m. Tuesday to fully close the Main Avenue and Broadway intersection to drivers for the next few months. Officials say pedestrian travel through the intersection will always maintain open during the reconstruction work in downtown Fargo. The Main Avenue and 4th Street South intersection reopened to north-south traffic this weekend.